Black Adam has arrived, everybody. That's right. He's finally here, fully decked out, whether you're ready for it or not. Are you ready for it? There's no going back. So Black Adam released into theaters. A little precursor for you if you've not been watching our stuff, which is totally fine. Thank you for checking us out. We started from a place of
not excited.
Well, no. I feel like we started out quasi-interested, right? When they announced Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's going to be Black Adam, going to be in the DCU. And we were like, oh, yeah, this sounds good. And then we saw the first trailer and was like, it looks okay. You know, it was holding out hope. And then we saw another trailer and was like, oh, man, it looks generic. Like these bad guys look like G.I. Joe characters from the 2008 G.I. Joe film, you know, not in a good way. I don't think there is any other way but bad for that one. And just, you know, and there's a lot of DC stuff going on that just was not leaving a good taste in your mouth. Batgirl getting canceled.
I'm still.
And then The Rock's like, I want to be head of creative. And I'm like, what is happening? And then Super Pets has a post-credit scene with Black Adam. I spoiled it, sorry. And like, we're like, oh man, shit, this is what it's just going to be. This is what DC under The Rock's reign is going to be. It's going to be just Black Adam and everything, right? Whether we want it or not. And then a couple of weeks ago, some spoilers started flying around. We're not going to say anything about spoilers, but some spoilers started floating around. Later. And like, I read the spoiler and I was like, holy shit, that sounds amazing. Sounds great. It made me want to go watch the movie. I didn't want to go. Now I want to go. Text to Maggie. Maggie was like, hell yeah. Want to watch it. And then we bought tickets. And then we got even closer, and The Rock just starts saying some things, man. Starts nailing it. You know, he's like, you gotta listen to the fans. You gotta. That's all. That's what Warner Brothers isn't doing. They think they know better than the fans. And he's like, when you're in a ring full of 80,000 people cheering, like, you know real quick what they like and what they don't like, and so you gotta listen to the fans. And I'm happy to say, I think he listened to the fans. Because this movie kicked so much ass. It was so good. It was
so much fun.
It was so good. I'm shocked. I am shocked. I had assumed, like, even with the spoiler, I'd assumed that it was going to be fun. You know? But, like, I thought there might be some, like, some high points. But more than likely, it would just be pretty general fun, you know? Yeah. But no, it was good. Even without the spoilers, right?
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
It was
great.
Listen, right now, like the critic score is like 43% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score is 90%.
Yeah.
And I think that's why. Or I think that's more accurate. I think that's where we are, because it's not going to be an Oscar contender. Right?
No.
And it doesn't necessarily have like the depth of, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything.
I'm trying.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I guess. Or No Way Home or Endgame or, you know, like it doesn't have that. But like solo movie against solo movie, I think this would stand pretty good against a lot of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You know, not all of them, but I feel like it was damn good fun. And there was not anything that they did at any point in it that I was rolling my eyes at. Like, no. Jesus, this is stupid.
No.
Like, they didn't have the stupid jokes. Like, sometimes there's stupid jokes in these DC movies. And it's like they don't understand what a joke is.
Yeah.
You know? It's like Joss Whedon wrote it or something. I understood that reference. But, you know, it's sometimes they just don't get it. Right?
Yeah.
But this, anytime it was funny, it was funny.
Actually funny, yeah.
And the characters, the JSA that's in it was great.
Nailed it.
Honestly, the side characters on Black Adam's side of things were fantastic. Like, I genuinely gave a crap about them and like what would happen with them and stuff. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it a lot. And there's one aspect of it that I really loved, and I don't know if it's a spoiler. It's probably a spoiler, so I'll save it. It's not. It's just not something that they've shown in the trailers. But
okay.
it made me happy.
Yeah.
That they did what they had done. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I think so.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts. Maggie, what are your thoughts?
It like you said, it's all around fun. It's so much fun.
It's a blast.
I think it looked good.
Yeah.
You know.
Effects wise, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that was kind of irritating, not even irritating, that's way too strong, but that was just not, that it was kind of bland, was Inner Gang.
Yeah.
Like just their whole thing.
Their whole thing being there. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's cannon fodder. Like, who gives a crap?
Yeah. I really, I enjoyed Black Adam, but I think I really, really enjoyed the Justice Society the most.
Yeah.
Because, Hawkman, he was awesome.
Hawkman kicked so much ass. Holy shit.
I love that. And I love Dr. Fate.
Of course.
Pierce Bronson.
Bronson.
Yeah, Bronson. I can never say his
That's
name
okay.
right. I loved him.
Yeah.
I want him to have his own movie.
Well, I remember there was one moment where he was like doing a spell or something, and I just remember you like leaning up and just being like this in the theater, and because you loved it.
Yeah.
You loved it, what they were doing.
Yeah.
And he looked great.
Yeah.
He was a great Dr. Fate.
Yeah. And it was like stuff that you'd see in the Young Justice and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap, they're actually doing it.
They went
I
all
loved
in.
it. I loved it.
His helmet.
Yeah.
Looked so good. And the way they handled him putting on the helmet, I thought was really good. Because there's no way a human head could actually fit through the hole at the bottom of that. But every time he put the helmet on, I was like, oh, that looked good.
Yeah.
They didn't do like Power Rangers where they just like would put it in front, and be like, oh, we have the head on. What else do you think?
I'm trying to think.
No, you're good. You're good. How'd you feel about The Rock, like his performance in it?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
You talked about it coming back.
Yeah.
That he's not being like sometimes how he is. Like he's not being Dwayne Johnson, you know. He's not being The Rock. He's actually being the person that he's supposed to be.
He is he's definitely The Rock, right? But The Rock plays the same character with no matter what he's in. Hobbs is the same as his Jumanji character, is the same as his Walking Tall character, and the list goes on. Right?
Yeah.
The one in the skyscraper. That's the movie.
Yeah.
And he's always just playing basically the same character. I'm happy that in this he is not that character.
No.
He doesn't, don't get me wrong, he's not transcending to a new persona and he completely disappeared. It's not like a Heath Ledger or anything. But I believed that he was who he was saying he was, who he was acting like he was.
Yeah. You even believe that he is Teth Adam.
Yeah, and then he's a badass, and he will fucking murder you. He will just straight up murder you, and he won't laugh about it. He won't think it's funny. No. He won't have a cheesy one-liner. He won't yell and scream, and he'll just be fucking deadpanned and destroy you, and it's intimidating. He nails it. He's and when he goes toe to toe with Hawkman. I almost said the Falcon, and then I almost said Hawkeye, and I was like, neither of these are great. No. But when they go toe to toe, it's just really good. It's really good, man. I really dug it. Of course, we mentioned Inner Gang, and then that kind of leads to the main bad guy, which we're not going to talk about. We're not going to name anything. It's kind of in the trailer, but
the Adam. Let's.
Adam Smasher?
Yeah, Adam Smasher. Yeah. And what do you call her?
The Wind Lady.
Now it's. No, that's a spoiler. I have to hold on to that later. But they were really funny, especially Adam Smasher. Yeah,
Adam Smasher was good. Their relationship. It's gonna kill me until I know what her name is. Keep talking about it.
But I don't want to give out too much away because I feel like it's spoiled.
Yeah, well, don't.
I'm not going to. But they were really good for that made up the rest of the JSA, you know, because you have
Cyclone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was that or not.
Yeah.
But like, you know,
coming like a cyclone.
I mean, you could tell these two are young.
Yeah.
And the other two are older. Like,
yeah.
You know, you kind of get the gist of what's going on there. Yeah.
And like, they were the only ones that I felt was kind of forced into this movie a little.
Yeah.
Like, they just felt like they were in a different movie. And like, I never felt like they necessarily earned a reason.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, they were fun. They were, this is going to be harsh at first. They were useless, but harmless. Okay. Like, there was no point necessarily for them to be in there except just to fill out the roster.
Yeah.
Right. Like, they needed at least 4 people. And like, and I mean, the characters written into the movie. I don't just mean like the JSAs, why they're there.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, they don't really add much to it. And they don't really take anything away either.
No.
You know? And so, like, would I have wanted other people in it? I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, Jay Garrett. I mean, any classic JSA members.
Yeah.
Jay Garrett, Alan Scott. There's too many. Stargirl.
There's a lot.
I mean, yeah. You know, the Sandman.
Yeah.
Like the DC Sandman, which is also Neil Gaiman Sandman, but it's a whole thing. You know, like any of those, like would have been cool. But like, I guess they needed a couple of young people to, you know, sell tickets to, right?
Yeah.
To have action figures based off of.
Yeah.
Atom Smasher to me kind of feels like he's almost like if Ant-Man had the personality of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, like specifically Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Like, he's just got that young, like the Civil War Tom Holland Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Like, if that was Ant-Man, then that's what Atom Smasher was. And I didn't understand. I don't really have a character thought about Cyclone, to be honest. Like, at first time we see her, she's wearing a backpack of the flying monkeys
from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, and then she's got on like the
stockings
of the Wicked
Witch.
I just never really understood, like, what is all that, you know? And they never really explain it. I mean, I guess like the tornado from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's
like,
what it is.
I mean, I don't know. And like, she didn't really do anything. Like, they didn't use her enough. I liked her. Okay, I thought she was great. I thought the actress that played her was great. But like, I feel like they just didn't give anything to her character. Both of them, like Atom Smasher and Cyclone, like they were a lot of the time just left in the jet. You know, like for real, they were just like, "Y'all stay up here until we need you."
On standby.
Yeah, and it's like, well, jeez, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like I felt like the side characters, the lady, I think I said her name was Isis, but like that's what I thought it said on Google, right?
I guess so.
I mean, that's what it says. That's what it says.
Yeah.
But like I thought her and her son, like, were much more involved.
Yeah.
Even her brother, I thought, had a bigger meaning of being in the movie. You know. But yeah, so I think it's definitely one of the better DC movies.
I agree.
Especially the DCEU movies. And honestly, looking at this path that we're going on, like we're kind of in a good zone. Like ever since we got like Birds of Prey, and then the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and now we're on Black Adam, and it's like we're kind of getting better, you know. Like, and we just spent a whole lot talking about the news of this, but like, you know, DC might be turning the ship around, which would be great. I love DC. I would love to continue to love DC, you know, without having to hate it.
I've been a DC fan first.
Yeah.
Before even Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I knew more about DC than Marvel stuff.
Absolutely.
Growing up.
I mean, the only Marvel character I really knew was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I knew Spider-Man.
Of course, I
and
knew
the
about
X-Men.
like, I knew about others, but like I could actually talk about Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but like I couldn't tell you anything about like Cyclops,
No,
you know,
no.
or Jean Grey and why she doesn't have a
No.
name. Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's about all we can say without giving any spoilers. Maggie, let me ask you something real quick. Well, never mind.
We can mute.
Yeah, okay, let's mute.
Oh God, where'd mine go?
All right, we're back. You did mute, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it.
Because of a certain thing someone said that
Okay.
I think that would be a spoiler.
Okay.
Well, and we'll get more into
yeah,
that.
We'll talk about it in the spoilers. Like it's slight spoilery, but we'll get into it in spoilers. So that's gonna do it for our spoiler-free review. So if you'd like to continue listening to our spoiler review, just stick around because we're getting ready to do it. This is the spoiler section. You have been warned. Spoilers. I can't believe Black Adam was dead the whole time.
Yep. Whole entire time.
The whole time. Teth Adam.
Teth Adam.
Kept thinking
May he rest in peace.
I kept thinking they were calling him Death Adam.
Teth.
I was like, why is he called Death Adam? I was like, that's dumb. But no, he's Black Adam. Does Teth mean black?
I think that's what it's supposed to mean.
Okay. It just felt unnecessary. But I mean, whatever.
I mean, like he's coming into modern times. Like that's all he's been known as.
So, first spoiler thing I want to talk about is not the one you were thinking. I want to save that one for last.
Okay.
Okay. Because that one's good, and I feel like we want to go out on that.
Yeah.
So first spoiler thing I want to talk about is the fact that they really kept to the Shazam stuff. I was shocked.
Yeah, we were both shocked.
Like, I mean, I knew, obviously, I read the comics. I knew that that's where he got his powers from and stuff, but I just didn't think they were going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, with what The Rock had said about not wanting Black Adam to show up in a Captain Marvel movie, it just felt like he's really going to try and distance from that.
In a Shazam movie.
Yeah. Sorry. It's the same guy. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I know that. I'm just saying that because some people might not.
True. That's very true. And so just the fact that, you know, Black Adam, that his son gets taken by the wizards. Yeah. And like, and one of them's the same wizard from Shazam, like the final wizard from Shazam. Yeah. He's in this, and they give him the powers of Shazam, and he says Shazam like the whole movie. Anytime he turns into Black Adam, he says Shazam. Yeah. That was insane. I just wasn't expecting it. I'm really glad they did that.
Yeah, like, me too.
Made me so happy that they were sticking with it. And I gotta say, I really enjoy the updated way that they handle Black Adam getting his powers. Like, you know, I talked about it in one of the trailer reactions, but like in the comics, how he actually kills. I think he's the kid's uncle. I don't even think he's the kid's father.
Yeah.
But he kills the kid and takes the power somehow. I forget how he does it. Because I think there's an actual thing you have to hold when you say Shazam in the comics, but I could be wrong. So I'm glad that in this he doesn't do that, because I feel like there's no redeemable to that. Like, you know, you kill a kid, like, you know, but the fact that we see his son give up his powers to let his dad, you know, be healed because he's been hurt, and then the son's killed by the arrows and stuff. I thought I was really glad that we got to see what his son's version of Black Adam was. Yeah. Like that they had a character.
Yeah, it was like, I liked his necklace.
Yeah.
And had the lightning bolt. And he still like is Egyptian looking. Yeah. But they're not really Egyptian. But that's the only way I can describe that as.
And it still evoked Captain Marvel or Shazam. Like he still looked like physically like what Shazam looks like. Yeah. You know. I really dug that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was really cool.
What spoiler thing you want to talk about?
This was just minor, and I caught it just like whenever Cyclone was like checking in at the gate of the mansion, of Hawkman's mansion, like it scanned her eyes and it said her name, and I saw underneath it said Red Tornado. Isn't that the robot?
Yeah. It said Red Tornado?
Yeah, it said Red Tornado. Like, it said, like, all of her aliases, and it said Red Tornado. And I don't know if that meant it was an alias, or is that where she came from? Because she said that a scientist made her have these powers.
Well, you know...
which I know a scientist made Red Tornado.
Yes. And made, like, a bunch of bad ones.
Yes.
Cyclone is a superhero appearing in American comic book published DC Comics. She is the granddaughter of the original Red Tornado and a member of the Justice Society of America.
What?
Wow.
Okay, so that makes sense why Hawkman called on her.
And wait. Okay.
Whoa,
we just opened up a whole thing here. Because Atom Smasher is also the grandson of the original Atom Smasher,
which was weird.
Why was that?
Why was it
Henry
Winkler?
Henry Winkler. Why?
Why?
It was so great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like, huh?
So here's my theory about this. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is based off of nothing. Okay. Of course, Hawkman gets reincarnated. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
Him and Hawkwoman, they're always destined to not
be
together, but then they die. As soon as they get to be together, they die. And then they're reborn, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that this Hawkman is the second Hawkman of the Justice Society.
Okay.
That there was a Hawkman before him that was still Carter.
Yeah.
That started the Justice Society with
Dr. Fate.
Yes. And that when he calls him his old friend, it's because he is his old friend. Yeah. But that's why he's so much younger.
Yeah. I understood that.
And he worked with Atom Smasher and Red Tornado. And
that's why he
God knows whoever else.
Oh, God. That's
so
he
knew
cool.
him. He already knew him in his past life. And because he keeps all those memories and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's why Dr. Fate's like, are you sure that they're ready?
Yeah. And that's why they were so close, because they knew that. And of course he, Dr. Fate could handle that, because he would understand, how all that works and stuff. Yeah. And that's why he was so ready to die.
Yeah.
Because he knew, what did it matter? I'm going to be back anyway.
Yeah.
And honestly, since we haven't seen Hawk Girl, I mean, they could obviously not go this route, but you could imagine that she's already dead.
Yeah.
And maybe he wants to die so that they can be together again. Yeah. I got to tell you, there's in the I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the first season of Legion, what's it called? What was it? Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was supposed to say it's not Legion. Yeah. Legion was the Marvel.
Well, I was
show
saying it was
Legion
mutants. Of superheroes, but that's the 31st century thing. No, Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hawkman and Hawkwoman are main characters in season 1.
Oh wow!
It's really good. It's really, really good. And I'm not going to tell you the rest of it, because honestly, we should just go back and watch it, because it's a great show. But yeah, so that's great. That's really great.
I meant to tell you, and I kept on forgetting to tell you.
That's okay. No worries.
But I saw it. I was like, does that say Red Tornado? Like that robot that's in Young Justice?
That's awesome. I would love for them to do a prequel to this.
I wish.
And have it be the Justice Society when they first started.
Yeah.
And it could almost be Watchmen-esque, it's in the 50s.
Yeah.
Because the Justice Society in the comics, the reason they had to give up their stuff is because of those hearings.
Yeah.
Where everybody's getting blacklisted because they thought they were communist and shit.
Yeah.
And so because they wore masks, they were like, oh, you must be fucking communists or something. And so that's how they wrote them out of the comics. And so, I mean, you could literally go with that.
Yeah.
They aren't trusted because of the time it is and stuff. Yeah. And have a young Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
But still have the same guy that plays Hawkman.
Yeah.
That'd be so good. They should do that. I'd
great.
fucking watch Justice Society in a second. Yeah. Get Alan Scott in there.
Yeah.
Jay Garrett. Holy fuck. This movie is just sounding better and better every moment, man. Holy shit. I want it so bad now. I really want it. Red Tornado. But and he could even look like a 50s robot.
Yeah.
God, this would be great. Why don't they do that? Oh my God, I would love that. I'm just so mad because I don't expect that to happen anytime soon, but it would be so good. Another spoiler was, of course, we knew Amanda Waller was in it.
Yeah.
But
Jennifer Holland.
Yeah.
From Peacemaker. Oh, and also the Suicide Squad.
I was a little surprised.
Yeah, you're like, is that James Gunn's wife? I'm like, yep, that's her.
I just didn't, I don't know, like, Peacemaker just feels like so special.
Yeah, and like nobody can touch it. Right. Yeah.
Or even like that it's so under the radar that like nobody would want to, you know? But like the fact that they did, it just, like that just made me happy, you know?
Yeah, and also, dude, that gel.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that gel.
A lot of people. Big. Yeah. So a few big ones in there.
Solomon Grundy. Born on a Monday. He might be in there.
Yeah.
He might be one of the big ones. Trying to think of any other like big Hercules. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't.
Maybe. Thinking, did they kill what's his name in the theatrical cut?
Darkseid? No, Darkseid.
Yeah, Steppenwolf.
Yeah, there
did they kill him?
I thought they cut his head off.
Didn't they? Well, I know that happens in the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
And the head rolls into Darkseid's portal.
Yeah.
His boom tube.
Yeah. I can't remember.
No, I don't know.
Who cares?
Granny Goodness was in there.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say maybe he's one of them. Maybe Doomsday?
Maybe.
Or what happened to his body?
Mm.
There's so many unanswered questions in the DC universe, you know? Mm-hmm. It's almost like we need to bring back someone who could answer all these questions. Someone who with a snod. I had nothing. I was trying to bring back Zack Snyder. Just let him make Justice League Part 2. You know what? Who gives a crap? Do we say that the Snyder Cut's the real one at this point? Sure. Fuck it. Who cares?
I do is better.
But speaking of Zack Snyder, of course, you know, the best spoiler in the whole movie.
Oh yeah. I was like, where are we going with
and
this?
We all knew. We all knew it was coming. Yeah. Because they told us.
They told us. The cat was already out of the bag.
We knew. And honestly, I'm glad they did because it made a lot more money because of it. But I think it only opened to like 60 million. Yeah, which isn't great. But, you know, whatever. Superman, goddamn Henry Cavill returns for the first time since Williams 2017.
Started playing.
Oh my god, dude! When John Williams music started playing, I went from 6 to 12. If you know what I'm saying.
And through the smoke, he walks through, and you see that S from Man of Steel, and then you see his face, and guess what? His little curly cues there. I got so excited.
It looked great
because you don't see that much anymore.
He doesn't really do that because they wanted him to be like, you know, normal looking or whatever, and like he's got chest hair. He's just a regular guy, but they're like, fuck it. He's Superman. Listen to the fans, you fuck. Like that's what The Rock's saying. Yeah. So I guess the story was that like, okay, I didn't want to talk about this in the news because like, you know, it's spoilers, but they like this was filmed in September.
Yeah.
Because it was like so at the end, and like I forget who it was. I think it was the producer or the guy that left.
Yeah,
he didn't want him to do it because he's been wanting him to get away from the Snyderverse.
Yeah, and
so Dwayne went around him, and I don't know if he went to Zaslav, but he went over his head and got it approved. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and like I'm glad he did though because it's great. And then they had to convince Henry Cavill to come in and do it. And people are saying that they think that means he's already signed on contracts to be in more. Because they say that he wouldn't have like come in as a one-off without like them saying we're doing more.
Yeah.
And like that could have been a part of the negotiation and stuff. So I hope so. I want more. And did they? I don't think they did. Did they show him below the waist?
No, they did not.
So like there's also talk that he has trunks now. That like his Superman suit has the trunks now. Yeah.
Wow.
Which would be great. And I wonder if that's why they shot him from not like a wide shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that they didn't have to decide that right now. Mm-hmm. But dude, that was so good. And it's all of 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But it was the best. It was the most magnificent. I just
like
2 seconds.
how Amanda Waller's like, I'll just get people that are not from this planet to come here.
A bit on the nose, but I loved it. I loved it so much, dude. God,
And then he blew up that drone.
And I gotta say, I think The Rock made the right call. I think picking Superman over Captain Marvel / Shazam was the right call.
Yeah.
I don't think Black Adam going against Billy Batson would be that great.
I don't think he would do it. Like that Black Adam.
Yeah.
I don't think he would, because if he knew that they were kids.
Yeah.
I don't think he would go after
they share the same powers and stuff, and like it. And I just don't think it would have. I agree. I think it's much better if pit him against Superman.
And also, what would happen to his powers if he did go after them? Because it seems like the wizards are still cool with
wizards.
Are fine with all these kids having these powers still.
Yeah. So like, can they not take those away?
I thought they did.
Because like, wouldn't they have just like, why trap Black Adam? Why not just take his powers away?
I don't know.
And like, I thought there could only be one Shazam. So like, the fact that there's another, I think
it's because of that crown.
Yeah.
That's why they like put him in it too. Because
I mean, they're even like, oh fuck, we chose poorly or whatever the fuck they say. I don't know. It's interesting, but I loved what.
What if that scene where they say we chose poorly?
Yeah.
Like they were talking about the son trying to give up his powers to his dad.
I mean, probably.
That would have to be
they chose irrationally or something.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't poorly. That was a Indiana Jones quote. But it was some we acted irrationally or something. Yeah. Like perhaps we, did it wrong essentially. I don't know. How many other Shazams are out there? Think about that. Is there like a medieval Shazam? Maybe his name's Arthur. Then the magician is not Merlin, but it's one of those wizards. Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I'm down. Henry Cavill's back as Superman. That's all. Like they saved it, man.
Yeah, they did.
Fucking The Rock came in and was like, "Fuck you, we're doing this. I'm the goddamn Rock, and we're doing it." And they did.
I'm an executive producer. I'm backing this bitch.
I got $7 in my pocket, and I'm giving 6 of them to Henry Cavill. And the other one, I'm going to shut up real nice, turn that sumbitch sideways, and cram it up your candy ass. Stick it up your candy ass. But yeah, it's The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So, okay. Real quick. The metal in it was called Eternium.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure where the wizards are is called the Rock of Eternity. And like, the Rock of Eternity is a fictional location appearing in American comic books featuring Captain Marvel, Shazam, and or his associated characters. Yeah, so Eternium comes from there.
So pretty much that country is that place, maybe?
Well, maybe. I don't know. But like, the Eternium somehow came from the Rock of Eternity. So like maybe it like split off or something. Yeah. I don't know. But like when he was holding it up, I thought that's how he's going to become Black Adam.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, I thought lightning was just going to strike it and now he's Black Adam. But and I really didn't. That's what I thought they were going to kind of tiptoe around the Shazam stuff. Yeah. Because like, it's still part of it. What?
Created from a large rock formation from heaven and another from hell by Shazam.
Well, there you go.
That explains why the villain was a devil.
Dude, that shit was fucking weird. What the fuck?
Man.
And they were like anti-Shazam, right? Because like it wasn't the wizards, but it was like demons. But like they did basically the same thing as the wizards did.
Yeah.
That was weird, man.
Because of that crown.
That was weird. It was weird. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It was fucking weird. This is just Satan. It's cool. I mean, the fact that they did that, like, could totally open the door for more of the dark side of stuff.
Yeah. Do it.
Bring in fucking Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, Zatanna.
I think he's gonna say Zatanna.
Come on. I need the magic.
And
Come
Dr.
on.
Fate does kind of bridge into that guy.
Yeah, he does. That's why I said him.
No, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, he totally is in that realm.
Yeah.
Even if he's not necessarily a part of the Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
But anything else you'd like to say about it?
Nah.
Loved it.
I loved it too. It was fun.